Once again, I'm about to. Good afternoon. It's long time you heard about me. I was doing one or two things, and also I was attending to online student that has kept me long not to show up, showing some videos on my YouTube. But forgive me. And straightforward, I have with me Kali Linus that I want to show you how to install for those that they want to do the pen testing, those that they want to do the cyber security, because I want to do a cyber security online tutorial, videos that can help you to know how the cyber security itself means. It's good for you to know those things because theory is good, but the practical is the most important thing that we have to acquaint ourselves with. So when you look at the screen and on my left side, I have the Kali, which is the attacker, then the Windows that is going to be the victim. Alongside, I'll install the Ubuntu and I also install Windows Server 20, either 2016 or 2019. But right now, showing on the screen is the Kali Linux. I'm already done with the Windows 10. I'm in the process of installing it. I've reached almost 7%, and I'll go back and also show you how to go about it. But let's back on the journey and also start on Windows Kali Linux, how to install it. Okay, so we are on choose a language. So when you click continue, we have all these languages over here. Any language that you will choose, that is what you will use purposely for the Kali Linux. So to shock you that Kali Linux is not, it's not one person that wrote the Kali Linux whenever it comes to programming aspect. A whole group of what programmers and also code manufacturers and code programmers that they came together to make sure that we must have this wonderful operating system. So the best friend of us is what this Kali Linux. We have Kali Linux, we have Mandriva, we have Fedora, we have Kubuntu, we have Ubuntu. Then we have Backtrack 5, Backtrack 4, and the rest. There are a lot, but the best one that sometimes the pen testers that we have been using is Kali Linux. Why? We were once using the Backtrack 4 and Backtrack 5, but as time goes on, programmers started adding more features to it. So that is why now we are using the Kali Linux. So let's choose English and let's continue. Now you have to choose United States. We have other countries here that you can choose, but at least you have to choose United States. Then we have configure the keyboard. Let's choose the same United States, which is American English. That is choose American English. So click on continue. So detecting and mounting installation media, which is going to be your hard disk. It's checking to see whether your hard disk that you've selected is okay. So after the scanning and also determine whether the hard disk space that you choose is okay, then we proceed to the next point. Now you can see that after detecting the media, we have load installation component from installation media. So it's loading the information. Sometimes we call it the kernel codes. It's loading it from the Kali Linux into the hard disk so that after that we can just proceed to do other things. I know there are a lot that they are waiting for this video to come across because a lot of people were calling me asking when will you bring out pen testing installation and also how to go about ethical hacking here and there. I I want to do a video of it in stages by stages so that you will see and also know how to go about it. Okay, so we have said configure the network. We have the host name, so we have to give our Kali Linux host name. So I'm going to choose BF. The BF is for Big Firm Kali Linux, but let's use it BF Kali. Then BF Kali, then hyphen attacker. So that is, then you click on continue. We don't have a domain yet, but at least we must configure a domain. Okay, let's configure a domain in such a way that at least it can be recognized. We don't have a server that we have to configure the domain name. If we are dealing with a server, we can also configure the domain name, which we call the DNS, domain name services. But let's configure the domain name, though we don't have it. Later on, I will install the DNS, which I will install the server, then we configure the DNS. We configure DNS, we configure the DHCP, then we configure the Active Directory, then any other necessary things that a server needs, we configure that one also. So that is what we have to do. So let's put it across that our company domain name is going to be Big Firm. Bigfirm.com. The reason why I choose the .com is because it's what communication. I can choose .net, which is network, and also I can also choose what .org, which is organization, then .gov, which is governmental. Then I can choose .local, or I can choose .edu, which is education. But because of the communication, we'll be communicating with other people. That is why I'm choosing what .com. So whenever it comes to explanation of the DNS domain name, um, I will, I will, uh, I will treat that one also, then I'll post it out for you to just get whatever I'm talking about. Shall we proceed? Okay, so it's fully named for the new user. So I'm going to create a user, the user that is going to use this particular virtual lab machine. And no other than we will choose BF admin 1, which is Big Firm Administrator 1. Okay, but we can do it in such a way that for other people to understand what we are doing, let's make it BF Kali Admin 1. Though the name not supposed to be long, but let's do it because we have to know that this one is for Kali. So it doesn't mean that we have the BF Kali, Kali Admin 1. No, it's BF Kali Admin 1. Okay. Or if we can name it anyhow you want it. Okay. You can also say Kali Admin 1. So BF Kali Admin 1. Let's continue. Now, this place is very important. Try your best not to forget the password because the password is very important for the user that previous you created. So make sure that this password have to be complexity. Let it be complex because Kali deals with complexity passwords. So this one is going to be my password. Those that will think that always when you type the password, oh, I will forget. You can try your best to make sure that you keep them, okay? You keep them. And if you are fan of password forgetting, the best way that I will tell you that you can write it somewhere else. Oh, you can write it somewhere else. Sometimes they call it the OTP. Eh? The OTP. Once time what? Password. Okay. But when you click on the show, I don't want to click on the show for you to see what I've typed. But believe what you are typing. Believe it, and it will work. Keep it. Click continue. So now is configuring the clock. If we the clock that we are using, the clock supposed to synchronize with your um, let me put it in this way. I'm in Ghana, so we can use a clock based configuration. So let's try our best to use the Eastern. So click on Eastern. They said if the desired time zone is not listed, then please go back to the step, choose language, and select the country that uses the desired time zone. You know, Ghana, our time zone is, we call it GMT, Greenwich Meridian World Time. So if GMT, we have 00. But if you come across some that is GMT, and that GMT is +8, which means that either it's ahead of us 8 hours, or we um, we are behind them 8 hours. Okay, so let me choose the Eastern. Click on Eastern and let's go. So right now it's detecting the disk. Remember, we chose some gig, hard disk gig. Okay, so when you check this one, it said partition, that is partition disk. We have two things. Let's keep those things there. Let's keep something in our mind. We have partitioning, then we have formatting. There are two things. We partition before we format, because we partition to create logical disks, and we format to create tracks and sectors. I don't want to go into detail, but right now you said partitioning. If you find out that maybe the hard disk that you have is too large, is big for you, and this small Kali operating system you want to install on that particular hard disk, there's time for you at least to divide the hard disk into two. So you dividing the hard disk into two, which means you are partitioning it. But in our case, we want to choose guided, use entire hard disk, because the one I chose is not all that big. I chose 20 gig because of the practical that we've been doing. I have a lot of labs that I've created them that I'm using it. So let's choose the use entire hard disk, then click on what continue. Then we choose, you said partition selection. You can see that we have 21.5 GB. Okay, so let's click on continue. It said all files in one partition. Yes, we want all the files from the Kali disk have to go straight toward the hard disk that we choose. But let's look at what we have over here. There is something here they call it SDA. It's not other SDA that we know, which is a Saturday Adventist Church. Now, this one is like what we SDA is for the Kali Linux. Then we have the local disk that is for the Windows. So choose all files in one partition, recommended for new users. Then it says finish partition and write changes to disk. So you finish partition and write changes to disk. You click continue. There is a funny thing over here. Be very careful. You see that the radio box is already chosen what? No. If you choose no, then it means that you want to go back and partition it, because it's asking you. If you continue, the changes listed below will be written to the disk. You have already chosen the hard disk space, and you've tell the system that I want to use the entire hard disk, so every files have to go to the entire hard disk. Perfect. Now write the changes to disk. You said no. So if you choose no, then it will send you back for you to go and partition it. So here, please choose yes and continue. Now we are in the process of installing the base system files, which is called the kernel files, into our hard disk. So we can relax and read more. We'll come back. Thank you. So far, you can see that retrieving file 2 of 3. So we have some minutes. But this one will depend upon the fastness of your your machine. Some they have their machine that is fast, so it will depend on it. So we have desktop environment. Okay, let's choose Genome. Genome is also another desktop displayed environment that you can also choose. All what you are seeing over here, they are desktop environment. When you talk about the desktop environment, we are talking about how you want. There are some that you can choose that KDE, that is a KDE Plasma, for instance. When you choose it, the desktop environment will look like a Windows. So you have to make sure that you choose which one you choose. Be using the genome. That's when you click, it comes like a Windows and the KDE also. So click what? Continue. I hope it's a long time some of you heard my voice. At least it's good. It's good that you said in everything, make sure that you give thanks to God Almighty. That is the only thing and also priority for our living on this earth. And I want to post this video for all of you to at least learn something. I'm back on the journey and make sure that those who want to learn pen testing, those who want to learn the ethical hacking, I'll put my link, my I'll put my website, I'll put my number. Then when you want to learn privately, I'm there for you. You can you can call me. I'll teach you online, teach you everything practical online. Then you understand what if we are saying something about cybersecurity and pen testing, you know. I also teach you about mobile phone hacking. That is going to that is what is happening. Know the bad and the good of it here and there. I'll see you guys because still we are that is 2841. You can see the number and now it's heading towards 913 and 914 also. I'll come back and continue. Well, after the installation, we have configuring the GDM3. That is the default display manager for your environment. So either you can choose the light DM or you can, if you choose the light DM, it means that the display of your desktop, how you want it, a multiple display of management. So let it be on the default and click on what continues. Based on what you chose earlier on, that is the kernel files that is copying. So just have patience. You can go and take a coffee. And by the time you come back, you are good to go. Okay, so after installation, we have now on the screen showing install the graphical side of that is the Giro bootloader. Make sure that you choose yes. And already it's showing yes over there. So choose yes. Now, why you should choose this one? You have to choose this one purposely for the operating system on this particular computer so that everything that you will do, it will be perfect based on the bootstrap. That is a boot system of the Kali Linux. So just choose what? Continue. Then when you reach here and you said install the boot, that is the bootloader file, and you choose entire device manually, it means you want to start everything afresh again. So what you're supposed to do and you have to do is that you have to choose the DEV. The DEV is a folder for the hard disks of the SDA in the Kali Linux. So you choose the second one, then you are good to go. Don't choose the first one because it shows as a default. It said device for bootloader installation. This is where we put our bootloader. So that is what you have to choose. Then you click on what? Continue. Then you can see that it says finishing the installation. Finishing the installation is good. Well, when finishing everything, a little advice I will just inform you is don't make up your mind that you know everything. You must be familiar with everything, but you will not know everything. As I'm teaching, what I know you don't know. What you two you know, I don't know. But you have to keep it in your mind that whenever it comes to IT, information technology, the word is very short. But when you are diving into it, it's having a lot of diversities of it, divisions of them here and there. Maybe somebody have studied something that you haven't studied it before. So never brag. Don't brag. Because as we are going forward, the road is far. Some will ride in a speedy road, on the rough road, but all depend upon the time. You will always what reach there. Okay? Yes. Be attentive and do whatever that you are doing. Be focused, and you'll become a winner of it. So be very careful in life. Life, as you know, is the way you live it. And if you want to focus to become a pen tester, don't think of what people will say. Just focus. Just focus. And once again, don't brag. Okay, so now everything is set, installation is completed. Just click on continue. Well, I'm doing this installation. At least if you want to become a cybersecurity expert and also a pen tester, ethical hacker, at least I'm there to teach you everything about it. I'll give you notes. I'll give you everything that you need for you to become a good IT expert. Computer forensics, BTS, telecommunication, and what have you. A whole lot. If you want me to teach you a server too, I'm there. So I'll give my number out. My number is 020 8852366. Let me mention it again. 020 8852366. Let me do that the third one. 020 8852366. My name is Crossover. And thank you very much at least for enjoying the first part of installation of Kali Linux. The rest of them, I'll be installing them, then how to just connect them, how to do one or two things. Then we are good to go. Thank you, and I will see you. Stay blessed. And everything, like what I have already said, don't brag. Focus on everything that you are doing. You see, now we have to log in. We're supposed to log in with the root account, but the root account is hidden somewhere else that we have to go and activate it. I'll show you how to go about it. And we have not listed. So when you click on it like this and asks you the password, you just type your password. Remember, when we're doing the installation, we type a particular password based on the name that we just choose. So when you type the password, there you are. Everything is set. Now it's coming, it's loading. Wait patiently so that you get your desktop set. How marvelous it is, wonderful it is for you and I at least to know how to install the Kali Linux. This is the latest Kali Linux of 2025. There are other Kali Linux that is also 2016. Those Kali Linux are different, but I normally use this one to teach you, and I'll direct you how to. You can also install this one, how you can download it and install. Thank you very much. So this is your desktop. This is your desktop. These are the apps. We have the apps over here. These are the apps. We have information gathering. I'll teach information gathering, vulnerabilities, web application, database assessment, password attacks, wireless attacks, then reverse engineering, at least what we call it, the social engineering. We have exploitation tools, we have sniffing and spoofing. Now, then we have the port exploitation. We have forensics. We have reporting tools, social engineering. Then we have the Kali office leaks. Then user what application. These are all things that we will come across them. Then we do them one after the other. I will be showing you for the starting of it how to gather information. What are some of the tools that you can gather? You can use to gather the information whenever you want to just be on attack or you want to be an assail. That is the arsenal against somebody. So the tools that you have to use. We have a lot of tools over there. We have the AMAS, we have the DM3, that is a Dementry, we have the Like Scam, we have the Legion, and the rest of them. But most of times, I normally use what we call the Nmap and the Zenmap, and we have a lot of them also that you can. Whenever they be registered into my ethical hacking class, for me to teach you here and there. Then, so like what I said earlier on, I've put my number across. If you are ready, you can call me. Then we discuss on phone. Then we start. I will start with you online. 2 hours. Then we start at least a little theory for you to understand. Then the rest is practical, fully practical, and you will understand everything. When they are boasting, you too, you have to make sure that you put your hand on your chest and boast that I know what they are talking about. It's good. Thank you very much. At least my name is Chasni Notimensa, but they call me Crossover. Yes, I'm Crossover. Let me put across my number once again. My number is 02088 523 66. 02088 523 66. Let me mention it again. 02088 523 66. Peace and bless to all of you. We'll meet once again for the part two of this one and how to configure it. This is the installation part of it. Thank you very much, and I'll see you. Please, you can share this video. Tell those that you share, let them subscribe, and day in, day out, more videos that comes, they will get access to it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.